Hello, welcome back. For today's video, I'm going to run through a little tutorial and also a review using the MYCHWAY Microdermabrasion Machine. So we're not talking about one of those absolutely awful handheld one-size-fits-all devices that basically do more harm than good. We're talking about a proper professional quality microdermabrasion machine. So yeah, the little handheld devices that I mentioned that I would steer clear from. They're absolutely awful. They're set to like one high pressure, which can break capillaries. Or honestly, I've seen absolute horror stories about those. This one is customizable. As I say, it's a professional grade one. I personally am trained to use this. So not this machine, but I had another one very similar to this that I used to use on my clients. Saw amazing results with them instantly and over time as well. And that's one of the things I do love about this treatment is you do see an instant result, but over time you will see further results targeting other concerns as well. So the benefits of using Diamond Microdermabrasion are they can reduce mild acne scarring. It can help to reduce fine lines and improve skin texture, helps to minimize the appearance of pores, and overall gives a brighter, radiant, more even complexion. So Diamond Microdermabrasion, that is so difficult to say, uses these heads here. So what these are is gritty. So they're a bit like a nail file, and as it moves over your skin, obviously it exfoliates the skin, and then it uses suction to suck any dirt, debris, impurities back into the filter that's in here. And the good thing about this is that it is adjustable, so you can have it from medium right up to max. Personally, I wouldn't put it on max. I tend to use it more in the middle, but the good thing about this is that it's also customizable for certain areas. So areas such as the forehead, where it can take a bit more, you can turn it up a little bit. You can use it, lower on the more sensitive areas like the cheeks. And also you can use it up a bit higher on the chin area as well. It also comes with 3 different sized heads. So again, this is the larger head, which you use for larger areas. There's a medium head as well, and there's also a tiny little head that you can use like around the nose. You can use it around the eye area as well. So if we have a look at what's actually in the box to start off with, so we have the main machine here, and then we have the attachments and also a UK plug just here as well. So this here is the main machine. It's extremely easy to set up, I will say. There's no complications whatsoever with this. So just showing you close up, we have the on-off switch here, we have the suction, and we have the release as well, and that's it. And then obviously you have your suction strength here as well, and then at the back just here you'll see there's a little pore which is for your plug. So this here is just for storage, so this you will just take out and then that goes on the back just there. You can just use the little screws. To be honest with you, I won't put it on, but you can do if you want to. So we've got the little screws in there to attach that if you want to, of course. And then in the bag here we have, in this little pot, we have the little glass tubes that you can use. They're more for like spot treatments, not spot treatments as in zits, spots, but like specific areas. Also have a little bag of filters in there as well. There's quite a few in there actually. This is the main head that we'll use today, and then we have all of these diamond heads as well. So they come in different sizes, and we are going to use most of these today because the sizes matter on the area that you're going to treat. So that is the bigger one, and as you can see, it almost looks a bit like a nail file. It's very gritty, and that's what's going to help to exfoliate. There's also a flatter medium-sized one, and then we have our small one as well. These are great for like around the nose area. And then there's also a spray bottle in there as well. This is good for after your procedure. So once you've finished and you want to calm the skin down a bit, add a bit of hydration, you will pop your water in here and give your face a spritz with water just to rehydrate. So then we also have our pipe here. It's quite long. It is quite a long one, which is great, if you've got a plug that's quite far away or whatever. But this one, as you'll see, we have a suction side and then we also have a release side. So this is what I was saying about with the water at the end. This is the one that you'll use for that. And obviously for the microdermabrasion, we're going to use the suction side. You simply just take your pipe and put it onto here. They're normally a bit, yeah, it's a bit complicated to get. I like to wiggle them. So kind of get it in position, just kind of press and wiggle like that, and then it will be stuck fast. And then with the other end of the pipe, obviously we're going to put our microdermabrasion tip on there. So this here is the end that you want to put the pipe, hose pipe. Yeah, they are quite hard to get in there, but you kind of want it to be, because you know, you don't want any loose gaps or anything, because it's not going to be as effective then. So that's on there nice and tight. And then this end is where we're going to put our heads. So when it's the head, we take one of the filters, so a little one like that, and then we'll put it on the large one to start off with, because that's where I'll start. And the filter literally just pops in there like that. You can just kind of press it down a bit with your finger and then screw on to the hose nice and tight again. So just like that. And then we are ready to go. And then, as I say, we're going to start with the larger head to begin with, and then we're just going to use this button here just to turn the machine on. I'm not going to set it like mega high. You don't want to set it too high, to be honest with you. You just really want to go, even just to start off with, just below like the minimum bar. To be honest with you, I've got quite sensitive skin, so I don't like to put it too high anyway. Your skin's going to look red afterwards. That's perfectly normal, like no matter how your skin is, to be quite honest with you. But with me having particularly sensitive skin, I do like to do it quite low. So you can hear the machine's on. I'm actually going to go a bit higher than that. I'm actually going to turn it up a little bit. So I'm going to go kind of between this bar here and the one in the middle, so just there. You can gauge, you know, just use it on your arm like that, and you can gauge what the suction's like before you use it. So we're going to start with the forehead, and we're going to go in lines. So you want to pull your skin tight and then start just above the brow. Fairly firm pressure as well, just like that. It's not unpleasant, it's not painful. If anything, it's actually really rather nice, because it's a bit like a massage. I want to have double cleansed as well before this. You want to make sure you've got completely clean, cleansed skin, so no skincare products on it whatsoever. I tend to go over an area kind of 3 times. So the strokes that I'm using, 3 strokes. And as you can see, as I'm doing it, so on to the third, I think. As I'm doing it, I'm doing about 4 lines here. So I'm not really overlapping each line like that. Then we'll move on to the other side. So again, put in the skin nice and tight. We don't want to drag the skin. You need to put it this way. I just don't want you to, I don't want to block your view. But yeah, it's really important to use the right pressure for you. Don't go too high. Don't think, oh, I'm going to suck it all out in one go and go really high, because you can end up breaking capillaries, and yeah, that's not really good. It's not a good look, and it's certainly not good for the skin. You can customize as well to the areas. It's like the forehead in particular is a very strong area here. You know, we've got a big old bone there, so it is quite a good area with regards to this sort of thing. You know, you can go slightly higher on the forehead if you want to, but yeah, that's completely up to you. And then what I'm going to do on the middle bit just here is just pull tight again, and I'm just going to do this bit, because obviously that bit gets missed when you're going above the brow. So then we are going to move on to the cheek area. I'm going to stick with the same head for this, because it's still quite a large area, and again, nice and tight. I'm going to start from the jaw and work upwards. same. Oh, it feels so smooth. Same on the other side. Lovely. Right, so I'm now going to change the head. I'm just going to turn the machine off, and then we are going to change to the medium size head. That's what I'm going to use on my chin and my upper lip. So again, I'm just going to take one of the filters and pop it in this bit just here. And then we're just going to screw that on. Machine back on, staying on the same level, and as I say, I'm going to do the chin. So again, one side, like we did on the forehead. I'm going to change again to do the nose. So again, turn off the machine, and then we are going to change to the small head. So just a little one, and then we are going to do the nose of this one. So I kind of pull like that, and then you feel this one is pretty gritty. Pretty gritty. You're going to go around this area. Does make your eyes water a bit. It's not painful. I think it's just because of the area, it just makes your eyes water a bit. Just feels a tiny bit scratchy. This area is a lot more sensitive than the rest of your skin as well. So there's one side. The other side, look, watery eyes, and then I kind of go down the bridge to the tip of the nose here. It's quite tricky to do the tips, obviously it's quite squishy, so it's a little bit trickier to get that bit. And we are done. You turn that off. You can do the neck as well. I'm not going to personally because I've got some stuff going on at the moment, so I'm not really allowed to do anything around my neck, but you can obviously do your neck as well if you want to. Be exactly the same. I would go for the large head, and I would go, again, pull the skin tight at the bottom and go in upward motions. Just remember to avoid your throat pipe just here when you're doing it. Just going to go ahead and do a tiny bit of light skincare afterwards. Remember not to use any actives. You don't want anything too strong on your skin after you've done this. It will be extremely sensitive, and yeah, to be honest with you, the results won't be good if you do that. So I'm going to start off by taking the bottle, and I'm just going to pop a bit of water in here. So I've got my water. I am just going to change the pipe over. So I'm moving from this one to this one. So the bottle, this little bit here goes into the pipe. And then this tiny little hole just here is where the water is going to come out. So as you can hear, we've got airflow coming out of there. Just give the bottle a little squeeze and then the water will come out. Like that. I forgot I had my mic on. It's probably soaked it now. And then what I like to do is just press the water into the skin as well. And then I'm also just going to finish off with my moisturiser, so my day cream in this case. Again, just make sure it's, you know, minimal ingredients that are going to cause any irritation, so no actives or anything like that. When I say no actives, I mean no like heavy actives. You can have, you know, peptides and stuff like that is fine, but no like acids or anything. And then of course, because it's daytime for me, so this would be the same case for you. If it's in the day, you also want to go in with your SPF. This is one I'm using, the Emma Lewisham SPF. I love this stuff. It's so good. I'm going to do this in a separate video in more detail, but it is the best SPF I have ever used. Honestly, it's so good. And there we are now completely done. I'll just show you as well, because I know a lot of people will ask about cleaning these heads, because as you can see after treatment they do get a little bit kind of congested around this area here, and obviously you should be cleaning them every time anyway. And all I do is I've just boiled the kettle. I just take a ramekin and a tiny bit of dish soap, and then pour the water from the kettle into there. So boiling water, and then I just pop the heads into there and let them soak. And then when that's cooled down a bit, I normally leave them in there for a good 4 hours. And then after that, I just get an old toothbrush and just scrub around the like the gritty bit. And I find that's the best way, because the boiling water helps to lift that off anyway, and obviously it disinfects at the same time. So personally, I would recommend doing this no more than once a week. I would say that's kind of like the ideal amount. Once a week regularly, as any of these devices, I always say consistency is always key. You can't expect to just use it even, you know, over 4 weeks, put it away and never use it again, and then say it's not working for you, because it won't. You need to do these things regularly. So yeah, over time, that is where you're going to see results from the effects of like the fine lines, minimizing pores, the acne scars and that sort of thing. Instantly, you will get a result from the appearance of your skin. It will look brighter, it will look more radiant. And obviously, if you've got congested pores as well, you're going to see instant results from that. That is, to be honest with you, if you do it regularly, that is where you are going to get a reduction in the appearance of pores as well. It tends to be from congested pores. It can be age, you know, that sort of thing, but that can also be a factor in it as well. So I would also say after your treatment to give it a good 24 hours before you apply any makeup. And as I said before, if this is being done in the daytime, do make sure to put on your SPF. You should be anyway, but just make sure that you put your SPF on directly after the treatment as well. So I'm going to link this machine in the description box below for you. I believe I have a discount code as well. I'll stick that down there for you if I have. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd really appreciate it. It'd mean the absolute world to me if you'd enjoy watching this video and you'd like to see more content from me in the future, and you would like to subscribe to my channel. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye.